government jobs, oftentimes other countries are bankrupt because it's hard to maintain that economically. So economically, I'm fairly conservative. Socially, though, I'm probably much more moderate. I don't really care about legalization of drugs. I don't know if I really care about it. So a lot of social issues, but I do want people to die. I'm all for the death penalty. I'll do it myself sometimes. So technically, I'm still a registered Republican, just because I never changed it. But I don't really consider myself a Republican. But then again, I don't consider myself a Democrat either. Why did you decide to teach at Fremont High School? Accident. I had never been to South Central Los Angeles. I didn't know where South Central was on a map before I came here. I moved out of the country. I was asked to teach the royal family in Saudi Arabia. When I got back, I thought I was going to put out a few letters of intent and a couple resumes. I'll get all these calls and I'll figure out where I want to teach. I sent out the letters of rec and the intents and all that, and not getting calls. I have a piece of resume. Why am I not getting calls back? It was during a time of a huge recession in California when there wasn't a lot of teaching jobs. Miss Gossard, you may know her. We knew each other. She says there's a school at Fremont. You should come apply. It's in South Central. I'm like, where's that? I've heard of it. Didn't know where it was. I drove down here. I thought this place is crazy. There's no way, given my background, I'm going to teach at this place. I interviewed. The interview was ridiculous. They asked me 3 questions. 2 of the questions was, how come I don't have a job yet? Which one do I want?
Interruption. Please excuse interruption. Casey Montalvo.
So, needless to say,
Montalvo.
I thought I was just going to be here for a short time.
Please report to the attendance office immediately.
And every year I still don't
Casey
know. I have a few job
Montalvo.
offers this year to go
Please
to
report to
places
the
that I'm
attendance
considering.
office immediately.
I've
Thank
had a
you.
few job offers in the past that I've considered. I don't know. But I still like it here. I like the fact that it's crazy and different. I have the best stories everywhere I go. But I also like the fact that I know a lot of you do not get good teaching, and I know this. A lot of teachers here suck. I don't like them. I don't hang out with them because I don't respect them, because I know they suck. And I hate to think that you didn't get qualified teaching, and so that's part of the reason why I stay. All right. I've seen that one. That's about to answer that question. What's my definition of reality? What is reality? Reality is something that can only be known, not perceived. What does that mean? Interesting terms. We constantly have perceptions. You think you see colors. You do not. Colors don't exist. You think you see tables. They don't exist. They're atoms. These are all perceptions. Your eyes are constantly perceiving things. But there is a reality. I do believe in the reality. But reality is something that can only be known through the study of philosophy and through reason. But then again, the study of philosophy and reason can fail you if you don't know how to reason. So thus, the only way to know something truly is to be able to prove it. The problem is that most things can never be proved. So we have to rely on our perceptions and rely on the fact that we'll never know fully reality until it can finally be revealed. We'll never know if there's a heaven and hell unless it's going to be fully revealed. We'll never know if there's a God unless it's not fully revealed. Heck, you won't even know during this class and hearing all this until it can be fully revealed. The fact is you'll never know. But you have to take, in order to take life, you have to be willing to realize that I won't know. But I'm going to make an effort anyway. That's reality. That was only one question. Party, got it. Do you plan to remarry? Wow, this one's rough. Do you plan to remarry if your wife dies? Wow, all right. Man. What am I going to answer on that? My wife has told me that when she dies, she wants the grave, the tomb next to me. And if I remarry, that woman has to be on the other side of her because it goes in order. I have since told her, I go, well, I have two, I have the right side and the left side. You can be, no. She wants her on the other side. Do I plan to marry if my wife dies? Yes, I do. Mainly because When you're dead, why am I going to honor a memory when I can honor an experience? And so I would hope, if I ever die, that my wife would marry, that she would find someone that would make her happy, that she would find someone who would take care of her. That's what I would want for her. I would want her to marry. She always says she wouldn't, but certainly I would want that for her. I would want the same for myself. So there you go. If you had a daughter, and one of your students was dating her, would you accept it? First, talk about my, if I had a daughter. I'm assuming she's a high school age, so we'll start there. If I had a daughter, would I accept one of my students? And if so, who would I accept? Who would I accept? Here's who I would accept. And I don't know if I have an answer as an individual, but I can have an answer as a type. I would only accept someone who I knew would be honest with her. Someone who wouldn't lie. I would accept only someone who could actually read. That would be important to me. Someone who actually has goals in life and is moving forward towards those goals, not just talking about goals. Someone who isn't interested in her as just a sexual object. That man would die. So I would want her to be respected in that way. Because certainly I would want her to not have to be pressured into or make that kind of decision because the guy wants it. I also would want someone who does respect her, who listens to her, who trusts her, and someone who she can trust. So that would be a type of student. If they were that kind of person, then yes. Granted the fact that I would also want that student in my class so he can see me every day, so I can let him know that if he hurts her, him. Do you have a soul? Oh, do I have a soul? I'm assuming then they're asking the big question, and that is, I'm assuming they're not just saying, am I an evil person and soulless, versus a greater question of, do I believe in God, and therefore do I have a soul, or do I believe in a spiritual realm, and therefore have a soul? I'm assuming that's the question. The answer is, after much study, after much examination, after much thought, having read the Bhagavad Gita, which is the Hindu version of the Bible, having read the Bible in both Hebrew and Greek, which is the original language, and I have read it through their original languages, having read through the Quran, having read through the Tai Ching, which is the Buddhist version of the Bible, if they have a version, having looked at Zoroastrianism and even some of the early pagan religions. And then certainly my background in science. I love science and certainly deal with science. Do I believe in God? Yes, I do. I actually do have a belief in God. Therefore, I do have a belief in a soul. The major reasons I believe in having a soul is the mindset that there are things that I cannot believe we are just a cause and effect being. I think there has to be more to us. And that goes with my perception of life. When someone dies, we do not look at them as just, a thing that just went away. We look at that and go, that person is no longer there. And we believe that. We believe that person is no longer there. Because what made that person unique was not that the fact they just had a functioning heart and a liver and a lung. There was something unique to them. And therefore, why we're still the same throughout time is not because of our physical bodies, our physical mindset. The only thing that would make sense of why we still think of ourselves as the same individual, despite everything that changes, including our atoms, the only thing we could answer would be a spiritual entity, which would be a soul. And therefore, that is the answer. I'll figure out if there's a question on which religion I believe in out of the bunch. Have you ever had homosexual desires?